Okay, so we'll go on with e4. Our opponent responds with a Karukan defense, and all we'll do is control the center with the move pawn to d4. So he responds with the move d5. Okay, d5 I'll just capture quickly, and he'll also capture. All I have to do is play c4, further attacking the pawn. He play knight f6, I'll play knight c3 and try attacking the weak d5 pawn. He may try e6 and try his best for defending it. Okay, all we can do is simply develop our knight, and the best move, he plays bishop e7, but that's not the best move, in which we'll play bishop f4. He may castle quickly, knight c6. So all we have to do is continue with the move bishop to d3, tempting our opponent to capture, but he is not doing that. So what we'll do is simply play c5 and create a quite complicated position. Now a4, the idea is to play b6 followed by castling. No. Instead, go on with bishop b5 for attacking the knight. He may try bishop d7 further on defending. Okay, he played knight b4. His idea is not clear. Now what we may do is push the pawn forward with the help of our bishop. This pawn can even be pushed forward because our bishop will help it. Anyway, so let us see how he responds with. Alright, so he responds with the move bishop to d6. All we have to do is take the knight in between. And then we may just castle quickly. That's it. Our main plan was to castle and develop our pieces. Now it does not make any sense that he can try queen c7 and capture this pawn or whatever. We can still allow these kind of attacks. Okay, what we may do is we may castle, bring the rook to c1 and try defending the pawn by taking it knight backwards and all. So this can be one of the basic plans available to us. Anyway, so let us see what he responds. He play bishop a6. Still we'll just castle, and if we take, what you have to do is continue with knight take. Otherwise you can even go with pawn take on it, and I believe pawn take is quite better. So I found a very good move, bishop take on a6. The idea is simple. The rook take it or the knight take it, it does not matter. I'll just go on with knight b5 attacking the queen. Now queen cannot capture because the knight is defending. So he may try defending it. No. He may try queen b8 or queen d8. So queen b8 or d. Okay, so bye bye to the queen. And thanks black for giving me the queen. Anyway, so he captured. Bye bye knight. And then he may go with capturing. No. Okay, so he resigns. Let us play another game, and we'll be playing as black. So my opponent play e4. All I'll do is continue with e5. He played the king's gambit on the board. What I may do is continue with knight to c6. That is simple. Okay, let us take out the bishop and allow him to capture. This is what I'm saying. So bishop c4. That's quite good. I'll go with d6. He may try knight g5 and try attacking it. Okay, no. So I'll play bishop g4, creating pin. Now this is one of the standard openings which you can try against the king's gambit, which he is trying. Anyways, let us see what he responds. I may try knight e4 and create a pins like this and all. Other than that, queen d7, knight e7, knight f6 in fact, not knight e7. So knight a4 was not expected. Anyways, knight a4. So what I may do is simply take my bishop backwards, and I'm quite comfortable if he capture because I open up my rook file and all. And he also castle. I bring the knight to d4. Now I'm just over pressurizing it, and I'll simply capture. That's not a big trouble. The knight cannot capture cause bishop can take it. So he is trying to be over smart and he forgot that I can just move the king instead of capturing it. Because if I capture knight check with the rook also. So that's a quite easy win for white. Anyway, so bishop c4. I may develop my knight simply. And I found the winning continuation. Knight take on f3 check. Bishop here. Now he is protecting it. Otherwise I could have played queen t3 and all. Okay, now play rook to f1. I'll attack this. Rook f8, sorry. He play bishop g5. I'll just move the... No, don't move the king backwards. I'll go on with c6 or other than that. Move the king backwards because I need to move my knight. I'll play queen d7 and then move the knight h5. So queen d7, b5 can be one of the options which I can play. So this is like I'm providing myself a lot of options which I can play. Anyway, so let's see what he responds. Okay, so this is white to play where white is thinking. Alright, so he continue bishop take on f6. I'll go with rook take f6 and rook g6 check. Now he play king x1. Okay, so I may continue with b5. Okay, b5 attacking the bishop is the main plan. What I can expect is simply protect. Okay, he play bishop f1. So bishop f1 on the board. Alright, so what I'll do is simply capture. If he is going to capture, then queen capture. That's not a big trouble for us. Now the big trouble is this king. So he capture and we capture. He may capture it back from the queen. Try to open up the rook. Yeah. So I may just bring the rook in between, which is not at all helpful because he'll play queen here. And I'll play the king. He'll capture. Okay, he is thinking whether he must capture and all. What my plan is, I'll play the rook g3. He cannot take it because the queen will create a pin. And rook g3 for attacking it, tempting my opponent to play rook f1. So this will be one of the plans which I can try to have. Anyways, queen take on it, rook to g3, he'll play rook f1, I'll sacrifice the rook. Anyway, so this is white to play, where white is thinking for the correct move. Otherwise, I also find a very good continuation. Playing rook to d2. Rook d2, if he capture, queen take on this is a checkmate. So rook to d2 is one of the sacrifice which I can play. Now if he play queen take, then rook d2, and then I'll play, my opponent will play the queen backwards. Or he can just protect like this and all. So he is having multiple options. So queen take on c7 he plays. I'll play rook d2. Now you might say that this is a blunder. No, not at all. The queen capturing on this is a checkmate. So he has to protect the mate. Now you can expect something like rook f1 or... Okay, queen f4 check. The king is the main problem. Okay, so I resign. Alright, we'll have another one. And I'll be playing as black. So d4, I'll take out my knight, where my opponent play bishop f4. I'll just play d6 because I have to disconnect it. Followed by bishop f5, opening this diagonal. Knight to c6 for e5. Okay, he play bishop d3. I'll just not move the knight in between and move the bishop backwards. If he take, pawn take and the rook file is open. He play knight e2. I'll go on with e5. That is simple. If we take, pawn take and we attack the center. Now the queen diagonal gets open. He play bishop h2 and then I open up the bishop c5, because if I play bishop b4, he may just play c3 and continue his game. Knight b3, bishop b6, if he capture, rook capture, and that's how I'll continue. Okay, so he traced the queens and then he developed. So I'll continue with knight to b4 attacking it. Now the main trouble is this pawn. Bishop can easily capture it because my knight is not defending it. So how can I defend is by pushing the pawn even further. So he castle, I'll capture knight takes c2 and then I'll move the knight backwards so that I can capture this pawn also. Other than that, knight to d3 for attacking this quite better. But then he can just protect and give up the rook. So that's the available option to him. Bishop takes c7, all I'll do is capture it because if we take on knight, it's a check. He'll move the king and then taking it backwards from the king. Okay, I can try this. I think king take is better because knight needs like this bishop is already controlling the knight where it can jump, so I just need to prohibit it. And so comes the problem, my knight. Now all I can do is sacrifice. So I may move the knight to a safer square and that is knight f4. Now why is that a safer square? Because bishop take on f2, he may just give some checks. Because that's what is available on his hand. So he played rook e2. I'll just play knight g4 and that's a quite complicated position. Knight is, bishop is. So you can understand that the king cannot jump in any of these squares. And that's what I'm going to take advantage of. Now the problem is the checkmate. He play knight e4, I'll just play f5. I can try knight f2 as an available option. So knight f2 check. Knight can jump here creating forks. So rook take. Rook take on f2. But is he forgetting something? Bishop take, knight check, king there, knight take. Yeah, he is forgetting something. And that is his knight is trapped. So his knight is trapped in the corner. All we have to do is use the active bishop and capture all these pieces. So bishop d4 and we capture this pawn. And then we're gonna move the bishop backwards so that we can just push the pawns forward. All we have to do is just chill. Okay, capture. Why not? Yeah, I can push. He'll of course take it and I cannot ignore it. Come on. So knight check. He got an opportunity to open up his knight. Now he may just use it. I'll play b4. The bishop protecting it. All I have to do is keep it at a safe square. Okay. So black to play and white to play. White continue. King f4 and that's a blunder. So all I'll do is capture the knight and win the game. So my opponent resigns. Let us have another one on the board and we'll be playing as white. I'll continue with e4, e5, knight f3 attacking the pawn, followed by bishop b5, the royal loop is opening. He play knight e4. So this is the bird defense. I cannot capture obviously. So all I'll do is knight take on d4. He capture it backwards and then I can take the bishop backwards because I have to open up. Welcome mind gamers, welcome back to my channel. I'll just castle. Castling is important and play queen f3 followed by d3 for opening the diagonal. So queen f3, the idea is the checkmate. All he can do is try to protect. How can he? He can play queen f6, he can play knight here. He can even develop, no, not development, queen g6. All he do is playing queen g6. So I may continue with the move pawn to b4 Okay, what I'll do is simply move the queen backwards. Queen to d1. It is acting as a trap. The trap is queen take on it, rook to e1, and that's a queen win. So he played e6. Okay, what I'll do is play d3 because I have to open up the bishop diagonal, and then I can play f4 followed by f5 and all. Now he may try bishop g4, but he is not trying that. I'll go with f4, and if we play queen bishop g4, that's a very good opportunity for me. So he play f5. I'll continue with the move pawn capturing on the pawn. Like I'll take his f5 pawn. Bishop take on it, absolutely expected. We need to check. Knight comes to e7. Knight a3. That is bishop take, then pawn take. It's about convincing my opponent to capture. Yeah. Oh wow. So he captured. I'll also capture. Play rook b1. Now rook b1 attacking it. Alright, so let us see what he is responding with. b6 is what he has got. Now bishop d5. Knight cannot capture it. So this is one of the traps for taking away black's castling ability. Now black cannot castle. How? Because he moved his rook and the bishop is already controlling this diagonal, so no castling possible. Now I would destroy his position completely. Bishop c6 check. Knight cannot take. Okay, he can take the bishop backwards as one of the available options to him. What I am to do is just protect and continue. Anyways, let's see what he responds. King f8. Let us go with a4. Oh shit. Knight take on the bishop. So knight take on the bishop is an available option. Okay. Alright, so black to play. Black go on with this. I go with g4, attacking the bishop. He may move the bishop backwards. Now let us see. Okay, bishop d7, g5, attacking this queen. He play queen f5. I'll move the king x1 because I don't want to trade the queens. Queens are very important in our lives. Anyways, so he played the rook. I'll move the queen just to attack. He may try queen here, convince me to trade, but what I'll do is decline. Okay, so he respond with knight a7. I'll play a5. Idea is if we take rook here, no, he does not. So rook f3, queen here. Oh. Alright, so I assigned this game. Anyway, so let us have another one. And I'll be playing as white. So let us go with e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6. The Petrov defense. I may move the knight out. He'll play knight c6. Knight take on e4. Knight take on e5. Okay, knight take e5. The Halloween gambit on the board. Followed by d4. Now let him try whatever he can. So he play knight c6. All I'll do is push the pawn e5 and then continue with f4 because I have to defend. Then I can push even forward. Okay, let us see how black responds with. He continue with f6. I'll go with d5. Knight e7. 1 to d6. And he may just move the knight. No. And I'll capture back from the pawn, obviously. Take out my bishop c4, blocking this diagonal so that I can play queen e2 check. And that's absolutely the game over for black. And now let us see what he responds with. So he continues with the move pawn to f5. I'll go with queen e2 check, and over here king cannot move anywhere. So the bishop or the knight has to come in between. Now any piece will come, I'll go with pawn take. And my material will get equal along with my development. Obviously my development is more because the bishop is completely blocked. So knight c7, let us not capture and take advantage instead. Now how can I take advantage? I can move the knight here. Now I can look forward for knight c7 check as an available option. Okay, he can try queen a5, but then I can play bishop d2 and continue. Welcome Indian guy to my channel, and you are 2100 fit rated. If you want to challenge me, you may send me the challenges. Anyways, let us see what he responds with. Okay, so over here he continued queen a5 check, exactly as I told. Now bishop d2. Welcome Ritesh to my channel. He may move the queen or whatever. I have a simple idea, and that is knight c7 check. In fact, that's not a check, that's a mate. Huh? What can he do now? Oh, king can come here. No checkmate possible. Anyways, now what can I do is capture, or should I capture this? Yeah, I'll capture it. If we go with this, then promote to queen. Welcome to new queen to my life. Anyways, let's see what he responds with. Welcome Rakshit to my channel. Your rating is 1585. And my rating is approx 1625. Fit. Anyway, so what is he responding with? Black to play. Black go with bishop take. Okay, so he does not want to welcome my queen. Anyway, so I'll just take his rook as a punishment. Because I'm Adolf Hitler. Anyways, I'll look for long castling and try attacking forward. Now he may move the bishop, open up the rook diagonal, and attack as he can. Okay, knight to d4 was played. Okay, I'll continue with the move. Queen d3. Indian guy, if you want to challenge me, you can just send me the challenges. All the challenges are allowed. Okay, so what is he responding with? Bishop f6. What if I push c3? Knight check. Okay, knight check. We may try all this available options for him. Okay, so can I challenge you? Yes, you can challenge me. If you want to play against me, just send me the challenges. Now, bishop e3 idea is quite not simple because I'm just sacrificing it, and that's what I'm noticing right now. So the material is now equal. In fact, not equal. Anyways, okay, now let me reveal one more important thing, and that is the time. 28 seconds remaining for black hand side. Let us see what he responds with. Queen taken f4. So you want to capture the pawn, and let us fulfill his wish. All I'll do is move this bishop here and attack the rook. He may play rook f8 and try attacking this and all. Okay, rook to e7 was played. So I may take the bishop backwards to g8. Okay, so 18 seconds remaining. He moved the queen backwards. Alright, so over here, I'll continue with rook e1. Welcome Asur to my channel. Rook take on e1. Queen d6. 8 seconds remaining. Queen g3. Queen take on g7. Bishop f7. Queen g8 check. Okay, rook c1. King check and knight just moved the king. Queen take h7. Rook f1. Queen take f5. g4. g5. Like his bishop not at all developed. Anyway, so I win the king. Alright, so if you want, you may send me the challenges. All the challenges are allowed. Okay, so I get a challenge. Bullet. Alright, so let us play. Where's my knight? Come on, man. Okay, let me play without my knight, as my opponent is suggesting. So let us take out. I cannot move out my knight. Okay, Asur, if you want to challenge me, you may send me the challenges. Okay. Queen f3. Queen b3. Not f3. f4. e5. Okay, queen b5 check. Queen take on e5. Yeah, I already knew he would sacrifice the g7 pawn. Knight to c3. And then I capture his rook. Along with his knight. Maybe. Oh. So give a check and capture his bishop. And now, okay, capture his pawn and the queen. Okay, he brings the bishop in between. Queen g5, queen check, queen check. Stop giving checks. Instead, bishop e3. Yes, I'll play rapid. If you want to challenge me, send me the challenges. So, okay, I'll take. Sure, why not? Anyways, he is sacrificed, trying to be bottom chess. Okay, okay, you can take my bishop. Alright, so thank you for the rook. And that's a checkmate. Alright, so if you want, you may send me the challenges. Any challenges? If you want, you may challenge me now. Okay, so I get a challenge from the same ID. Let us go with e4. You're gonna play e5. I'll take out my knight along with my bishop. Now this is black to play. Black can play d6. No. Okay, he go with knight f6. So all I'll do is castle. Pawn to t3. Because protection is very important. Followed by x3. Knight to c3. Followed by a4, blocking p5. b6. So I'll play knight e5. Rakshas, you may send me the challenge into mychess.com ID, which I'm typing right now. So this is my chess.com ID which I have sent right now. Okay, you may just send me the challenge in that ID and then we can play. Alright, so I'll go with knight take on f6 followed by bishop take f6. There is no increment. Okay, bishop d5. I'll move the bishop backwards. I don't know why, but he is c5 was not expected. Bishop d5. Sir, I cannot receive your challenge right now because I'm playing game. Okay, I'll wait for some time and then I can like play against you. Anyways, I would not trade obviously. Why would I? Hmm. Okay, so let's take the knight in between, hoping for an exchange, which I also don't want because he can play x3 and just make me move c5 as a very good move played. I'll push d4 and then I'll capture this pawn. No, he captured it. Pawn take it. e5. That's what I missed. Queen d2. Okay, black to play. We go with rook e8. Queen take e5. Rook d1. Rook c1. Rook c2. Pawn f4. Queen check king here. That's not what he is going to do. Bishop e4. Rook c1. He trade. No. Bishop take e4. Queen take on it. And then rook e1. Attacking it. Okay, I resign. Alright. So if you want, you may also challenge me. Any challenges? Okay, so I get a challenge from Rocky. So I'll play as white and let us go for it. Pawn to d4. Now my opponent to play. Let us see what he responds with. Pawn d5. So I'll go with c4. The queen's gambit along with e4. Bishop capturing on c4 as an available option to us, which I'll try in the next move. Anyway, so let us see what he responds. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. So pawn to d5, knight f6, bishop takes c4. Welcome Asur. If you want to challenge me, you can send me the challenges. All the challenges are allowed. Okay, so knight take on e4. My computer is getting hanged. Queen f3 for attacking the knight. Okay, Asur, try to send me the challenge. I'll accept it. Okay, and send me your chess.com ID also, because I cannot. I receive a lot of challenges at single time. Anyways, F5, knight C3. Okay, so this is black to play, where black is thinking for the move, having 9 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. You go with knight take. I would go with queen takes C3, forward attacking this. So bishop D6, pawn to F4, not F3 man, F4. Anyways, mouse slip. Knight A6, pawn A3, blocking the bishop to come. You play knight C5, I would just play B4, followed by queen B3. Knight goes backwards, so my bishop goes. Okay, so he is thinking for the move. He responds with knight B6. I take my bishop backwards to D3, where he is thinking for the correct move. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. Hmm. Okay, so he responds with queen F6, bishop to B2 for opening up this attack. So let us see what he responds with. So he responds with the move pawn to F4. Okay, all I'll do is focus on my simple development. I don't know why, but I feel that he is kind of helping me in this. Now he is playing this. This means he is trying to reduce my tension with e4 and all. It's like he is just making some mistakes which he is not observing. Anyway, so I'll play knight e2 and I'll just focus on my development because development is very important. Simple idea, okay? Not a very complicated plan. Anyways, so what is he playing? He may just castle. Bishop f5 can be played and I can not trade. That's my call actually. I may play bishop e5 check and try to disturb the king. So let us see what he responds with. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. So king f7. King f7 was not expected. Pawn to a4 and then a5 can be played forward, attacking the weak pawn. I mean sorry, weak knight. And so on, I can like capture the knight in the next move as an available option. Anyway, so let us see what he responds. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. So he responds with the move a6. I'll go on with a5. And knight take on this pawn is an available option which I am just missing every single time. Anyways. Okay, so what is he going to respond? He captures, I'll also kick, and I'll take the rook. He may capture it or whatever. What I have to do is go on with knight take on this. So let us see what he responds with. Hmm. Okay, what is he going to play? C take b6. I'll go on with knight take. Now this is the triple pawn disadvantage which I can easily, attack. So I'll just take rest. Go on with knight take f4, and obviously the pawn cannot take because the bishop attacking the queen. So these are all very simple mistakes which I'm just taking advantage of. Anyways, let's see what he responds with. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. Hmm. Okay, what is he going to play now? Anyways, black to play where black is thinking for the move. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. If you want to challenge me, you may send me the challenges. So queen to g5 was played. Okay, over here. Now this is something quite complicated. Knight e6. Queen take on it. Anyway, so let us see what he responds. And if you are enjoying the stream, you will like the live stream. Okay, black to play. Where black is thinking for the move. Hmm. So queen take? No. Queen check. I can bring my queen in between. So I'll play queen d1. Hmm. He can capture his pawn and continue, but he just don't want that. Oh, bishop take on this. Anyway, so let us see what he responds. I think if we go with bishop take, then I have to like resign the game. So he go with bishop take. Okay. Okay, I'll resign. Okay, now if you want, you may send me the challenges. All the challenges are allowed. Hmm. Okay, so if you want, you may send me the challenges. Now, Shoki, I'll accept from that. Like he was sending me challenges from along. Okay, so I'll play as black. Okay, white to play. Now, white is thinking for the move. D4. Let us go with knight f6. Followed by g6, bishop g7, and castling because I have to develop my pieces. Followed by d6 and c5, further attacking the pawn. Now he may try d5 or whatever. I may just play e6 and continue. my game. So castling, I'll capture. He go with knight take. Okay. I'll move the knight back to like knight h5. Hmm. Hmm. So bishop e3. Okay. Over here, I would continue with the move pawn f5. The idea is to push the pawn forward and attack the bishop, followed by this. Anyway, so let us see what he responds. He continue with queen c1. Then I would play e5. Now I can just push and continue attacking forward. Anyways, let's see what he responds. He'll play bishop d5 check. I'll play king h8. Hmm. Now this is white to play where white is thinking for the move. Hmm. Okay, so what is he going to play? He played knight e6. I'll go with bishop take. Okay, bishop take on this pawn was available, but he does not want. So I'll play f4. Now if I take, then pawn take, and that's how I'll continue. Hmm. Okay, so let us see what he responds. And if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. Hmm. So bishop d2. I'll just capture, and this is white to play, where white is thinking for the move. Let's see how he responds with. Hmm. So he capture it. I'll continue with queen p6 check. Hmm. So this is white to play, where white is thinking. He continue with bishop e3. Then I'll go with rook take on f1. He go with king take. So I have queen d8. Now queen to d8, where this is white to play position. Let us see how he responds with. He continue with bishop x6. I'll play queen f6 check, winning the bishop in the next move. Now let us see what he responds. Hmm. Okay, he responded with king g2. So let us capture the bishop. Now let us see what white responds with. So this is white to play position. All I'll do is knight c6 followed by knight e4 because I need to develop my pieces, and that's how I'll continue. Now I can bring my rook here and open up my attacks. So king take on g7. White is helping me on my development. Anyway, so I would just quickly accept and continue with my game. Hmm. So he responded queen e3. I would play the rook to f8, controlling this file. Now this move will be blocking queen e3 as well. So queen c7 was played. All I'll do is continue with queen take on c4, and then I can try knight f4, sacrificing the knight. Anyway, so white knight is completely trapped, so I think play the knight here and capture this knight. Yeah, so knight to d4 for capturing this knight can be as an available option. So that is something which I must focus on. Hmm. So he respond with rook c1. Um, I can play the queen. So queen d4. That is simple. If we take, I'll take, and that's how I'll continue. Anyways, if you are enjoying the stream, you may like the live stream. So he capture, I also capture. Hmm. So knight to d5, I'll capture, attack this rook, followed by rook here. Hmm. Okay, let us see what he responds. Hmm. Anyways, fork. How was the fork available? There was no fork available, right? Anyways, so rook to c2. Now just play the knight e4, attack this. Uh, hmm. Rook c3. So now the move is pawn a5, a5, b5, and just try pushing and all. Anyways, let's see what he responds with. Okay, pushing e4, e3. That can be played. Alright, let us see what he responds with. White to play where white is thinking for the move. Knight to check. And he has to trade, sacrificing the rook where he resigns.